Welcome, everybody. We are about to get started, so we're going to ask you to have a seat. We're going to have so much time to mingle and have fun throughout the entire Congreso, but I'm going to pass it over to Desiree, our board chair.
Thank you, everyone. Welcome to Congreso 2024. We are so excited to have you all here. To kick off the day, we're going to have a land blessing by Dr. Stanley Rodriguez, who teaches at Kumeyaay Community College. So join me in welcoming him, please.
Okay, penyamati pecham. Samunya chuinya makupai wikonan. Pele hel kuinya bai wayu peyi. Nyopoma kenap. Mamle marat. Nyepiyesh pesho. Nyama pesho. Nyowet. Nyowet tejesh. Guslavan. How many people understood what I said? I'm talking American. Huh? Nobody understood? Let's try it again. Ready? Bienvenidos a todos. Mi nombre es Stanley Rodríguez. Yo soy Pai Cumiar de la Reserva Santa Isabel, aquí en San Diego. Y la nación de los Cumiar, parte está aquí en los Estados Unidos, parte está en otro lado, en Baja California. Y ahorita es muy feliz, es porque nosotros estamos aquí. Pues cuida la cultura, el idioma, todas las cosas indígenas de aquí. Did you understand that? Just checking. So, I just want to say hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Stan Rodriguez. I'm an Ipai Kumeyaay from the San Isabel Reservation here in San Diego. How many of you ever been to the San Isabel Reservation? One person has. Two people. Three. The rest of you know. San Diego has more reservations than any other county in the country. There's 18 reservations here. And some of you are like, huh? Yeah. And Kumeyaay, we have another, some people say 4, I say 6 reservations in Baja. Along with Cocopa, Pai Pai, Kiliwa, and Cochimi. This is a very vibrant area. So, I just wanted to share. And when we talk about culture, when we talk about taking care of the culture, it starts with us. How many of you are native people? Okay. All right. Do you speak your native languages? And don't tell me Spanish. Don't tell me English, but do you speak your native languages? Both. Ahan. And this is where it starts from us, inside, because as we grow, our language is so important, our culture is so important. All of us are native from somewhere. When we grasp and nurture our own indigeneity or indigeneity, it helps all of us to grow. So, now I'll say a few words for when we say land acknowledgement, acknowledging the land where our people are from. This is our holy land. Each and every mountain, each and every hill, the ocean, everything has a part in our creation story, which, like yours, takes 4 days to tell in its entirety. And it starts off with the ocean. How many of you want to hear the creation story? We don't have time. But I promise you, one day if we ever get broken down in the middle of nowhere and, we have no internet capability, I'll tell you. All right. Are you ready? Because I see Josie saying, get out of here, Stan. All right. No, she didn't do that. Mayahan Napao. Mayas never as Joe Memp. Dum Oya, Oya Mao. My wish. Sepukin ya han mayum ya wait uyupi nye penya. Sepukin ya echa mahama. Sepukin ya ipe kamich pe no wala nye mate yum. Nye kena mamle marab. Nye onyao pesho. Nye puma kena pesho. Pugnaches. Nye stiwal. Mayum moyao. Nye kwahan. Nye yuhan. Nye ahan. And what I said was, Creator of all, your breath brings life into the universe. Everything that we know and we do not know has come from you. We thank you for this day of life, as we all come here for this meeting to share and to learn from each other. Our hearts are in a good place as we work to protect our culture, our languages, everything that we are as human beings. We ask that you give us strength in our minds, in our hearts, in our bodies, and help us as we continue on in this incredible journey that is called life. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that beautiful land acknowledgement and blessing. And once again, welcome to Congreso 2024. My name is Desiree Aranda. I'm the chair of the board of Latinos and Heritage Conservation, a title and role that I am so honored to have. And it's such a wonderful organization that means a lot to me and to all of the board members and staff and volunteers. And I'm so thrilled that you all have joined us today. We have a phenomenal program for you all these next few days. So I just want to welcome you on behalf of the board, staff, and the Congreso Planning Committee. Latinos and Heritage Conservation is the leading nonprofit organization for the preservation of Latinx places, stories, and cultural heritage in the United States. Congreso is an important part of that mission. This biennial national convening of Latinx leaders, scholars, students, and allies in the heritage sector is the only national event dedicated to Latinx heritage preservation in the country. I am honored and excited to kick off this year's conference. This year, LHC celebrates its 10th anniversary. 2024 represents a decade of grassroots community organizing to preserve American Latinx heritage at a national level. And I couldn't think of a more appropriate place to celebrate this incredible milestone than here in San Diego. It's a dynamic border city, home to Chicano Park, Barrio Logan, El Centro Cultural, and Balboa Park, and so much more. Speaking of Chicano Park, LHC is thrilled to partner on Congreso this year with the Chicano Park Museum and Cultural Center. Yes. And in a few moments, you'll hear from the museum's inaugural executive director, Valerie Jaimes, who has been such an amazing partner, as has Josie Talamantes, one of the museum's founders and board members, and both members of our planning committee for Congreso this year. This year really is a full circle moment for LHC. Not only was Josie one of the original LHC organizers, but she and her work to preserve and sustain Chicano Park has been an inspiration and a model example for so many of us doing this work. And so just want to thank Chicano Park Museum and Cultural Center for welcoming us to San Diego. Thank you as well to all of our very generous sponsors for making this event possible. It would not be possible without you. So when you get a moment, please take a look at our screen and look at our program to see all the wonderful organizations, agencies, and businesses that have supported this event and are supportive of our work. So as I mentioned, over the last decade, LHC has built a national movement to preserve Latinx heritage. And I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge some of the people that have made that happen. And not everyone is here present in the room. We have some people joining us virtually, but I wanted to ask the LHC board members, current board members as well as past board members or committee members, please stand or raise your hand if you're here. Just take a moment. Yes. Thanks to each and every one of you for your hard work and dedication. It's really, the labor of all these great people that's the reason that we're here today. I also want to acknowledge a very special group of people. So some of you who may have been following the organization might know that we hired our very first staff member, our executive director, Selah Mota Casper. Yes. Only 2 years ago in 2022. And since then, she has built an incredible team, a staff that is just so talented and brilliant, and they've done so much, and you'll see the work that they've done throughout the conference through the various panels and sessions. So if you're a staff member, if you could please stand or raise your hand. Nice. Thank you all. All right. And then we have our Congreso Planning Committee, which includes staff as well as some board members and volunteers. So I want to acknowledge all of their hard work. They've really done a phenomenal job, and I'm excited to see all the incredible speakers that they've put together for us. So if you wouldn't mind, raise your hand or standing, and if you have questions throughout through events, these are the folks you're welcome to reach out to. And finally, thank you to our host and our vendors, the San Diego Central Library, Feast on This caterers, all of the workers here and at the Westgate Hotel or the other hotels where you might be staying, and Anthill Creative Technology for the audio-visual support. We appreciate all of the assistance thus far and over the next 3 days. A couple housekeeping items. So the restrooms are through these double doors and to the right at the back of the courtyard. And we have a break at 2:30 p.m. with some snacks. But feel free, if you need to get up or, throughout the conference, feel free to step away as needed. With that, I look forward to celebrating our 10-year anniversary with all of you, and I hope you enjoy Congreso 2024. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Can you all hear me? Welcome to San Diego. Who's excited to be here? Good. By raise of hands, who is visiting? All right, so we got a lot of visitors. Welcome in. My name is Valerie Jaimes. I'm the executive director of the Chicano Park Museum and Cultural Center, and I just want to give you a huge welcome here to San Diego. This is such an honor to be partnered with LHC. Congratulations on 10 years. This is a huge accomplishment and milestone for all of us. I personally was able to go to the previous Congreso, and it's just amazing for me to reflect on how much has changed, how much has grown, including our organization. At that time, we hadn't even opened. So our inception was back in 2015, thanks to our board members, our volunteer board members, grassroots fundraising and getting the word out, starting off our archives and getting us going. And we finally were able to open our facility in October of 2022. So this year we'll be celebrating 2 years. Yes, thank you. The CPMCC is such a huge sacred space for us, and for all of you as well. I hope you feel very welcomed and you feel that sacredness and that welcoming, and I hope you feel at home here. So for me, it's really important to acknowledge the work that has been already done for us to be here. And as you all know, you may be familiar with the Chicano Park takeover story, but it's really fundamental to who we are as a people and as an organization. And I would just like to also acknowledge all of the work and sacrifice that the community and you all, all of our ancestors have put in for us to be here in this room together, to come together, collaborate, and see what we can do for each other, right? How we can show up for each other is really important. So with that, you know, in terms of the themes of this conference, I really think about how we keep our stories alive. And for me, I've just very blessed to learn from beautiful, amazing, empowering mentors and people who have come before us. So I would like to acknowledge them here today. They are our board members, and they're right over here. If you could just go ahead and stand up. We have Josie Talamantes right over here, Dr. Alberto Pulido, Maria Curry, if you could go ahead and stand. Keeping our stories alive, I do that a lot through our mentors, right? But we also do it by passing on, you know, the torch. And I would also like to acknowledge our beautiful team who's sitting right here. If you guys could also stand up. Yes, thank you. And we got some team members over here as well. Come say hi to us. Thank you guys so much. We are super excited to be here, and we hope that you're able to join us for our tour. We have a lot of great things to share with you. Our organization is in such a pivotal, a transformative moment right now. For the longest time, we had a short, you know, it was me for a little bit, just me. And then we were able to grow, and right now we're at our, you know, biggest and greatest in terms of our team, our board, and we're super excited to share that with you. We have a lot of great programming, cultural programming. We just finished up some scholarships for our youth. Intergenerational knowledge is huge for us in our organization, and we're just getting started. So we're super excited to share what we have in store for you. We're also going to share our main gallery space where we have a beautiful exhibition. Our archives are going to be open to you, and I'm super excited to connect with you all and be here in the same room as you all. So thank you guys, and we'll connect soon. Thank you.
We're actually going to hear from a guest who's not on the agenda, but he presented this morning. If any of you, well, let me ask, who attended the fundraising workshop this morning? Wow, a lot of you. That's amazing. So we have one more announcement that Armando Zumaya would like to make, and it's a great opportunity that he wants to share with you all.
Hey guys, hey everybody. I'm sorry I forgot to mention the best program we have for you during my presentation. I'm Armando Sumaya. I'm the executive director of Somos El Poder. We're the first Latinx fundraising institute in the country. You'll see our logo over there sometimes. And we're big supporters of yours. So we have a program called Juntos Podemos, which is a professional learning community for arts and culture organizations, Latino arts and culture organizations across the country. It's free. It's very simple. You go to somoselpoder.org, education programs, Juntos Podemos. I'll leave business cards on the registration table so you guys can get our website. It's very simple. It's all Latinx arts and culture organizations getting together every couple of months to talk about what's working in fundraising. That's all. It's completely free. You don't have to be a member of Somos to register and be part of it. And we've had the first one with 24 organizations talking about what's working in their fundraising. So it's comunidad and sharing and helping each other. So I just wanted you guys to know about that. Please come, please sign up. And I'm hoping to get funding for it so we can even expand the offerings and programs for it. Gracias por todo. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sara Delgadillo, a current LHC board member, and it is my privilege to introduce an extraordinary leader whose dedication and vision are actively shaping the field of historic preservation in our state of California. We are honored to be joined at this Congreso by Julianne Polanco, a trailblazer and role model whose influence extends beyond her official duties. Since her appointment as State Historic Preservation Officer by Governor Brown in 2015 and her reappointment by Governor Newsom in 2003, Julie has been at the forefront of heritage conservation. Her leadership in managing the Office of Historic Preservation and guiding long-range planning for our state reflects her deep commitment to our shared history. Her impact also resonates through the projects and initiatives centered on elevating historically marginalized communities, ensuring their inclusion in historic preservation narratives. Her ongoing work with the California State Historical Resources Commission, along with her previous roles with the Presidio Trust, World Monuments Fund, underscore the dedication to broadening the scope and impact of historic preservation. In addition to her professional achievements, Julie's involvement with various boards, including the California Preservation Foundation, San Francisco Heritage, and the once nascent all-volunteer LHC steering committee some odd 10 years ago, prior to her appointment, all highlight her commitment to advancing cultural appreciation and equity. Please join me in warmly welcoming our State Historic Preservation Officer, Julie Polanco, to the stage.
Wow, thank you so much. That was so lovely. Welcome to California. I'm so delighted to see you all, and there's been so many recognitions of the progress that LHC has made, and I just really want to again give you all such congratulations on this 10th anniversary. It's just wonderful to see the progress. As Sara said, it is my great honor to be California's State Historic Preservation Officer, and in the 60 years of the federal program, I believe I'm the first Latina in the mainland U.S. and one of only a handful from underrepresented communities since. Thank you. Well, I'm honored in this way. It also reminds me that every bit of the work that I do every day is going to change those dynamics and make those barriers removed so that we don't have these conversations anymore. Representation absolutely matters. In our office, we have about 35 staff. We work on things like designation programs, consultations under state and federal laws. We work with local governments and tribal entities. In California, we have 109 federally recognized, about 140 total tribal nations. And we're also working head down focused on climate change. If we can't figure out how to save the places that we live, work, and play, I think that it's really something that we need to be in those conversations and make sure that cultural history and preservation are all part of the solutions that are happening along with our natural resource partners. Every day we work to serve our entire public, from communities to partner agencies. We want to make sure that everybody's voice is present and heard, and that people have the opportunity to participate as they wish. But mostly what we do in our office is manage change. We utilize the past to inform the present, and hopefully we can make those pathways for better futures as our youth see for themselves. We are all change agents, and I think it's the same thing that's happening with LHC and organizations like this one that are really grabbing and circling and swelling and supporting communities in ways that are the results of which we're seeing in so many fantastic efforts. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to literally be at the border wall. So I'm working on a project in climate change with some partners down at the Tijuana Estuary, California State Parks, and National Geographic, a new program called Preserving Legacies, where we're looking at creating a framework for assessing climate risks to sites that include cultural values, and they're the values that are born, seen, and described by the communities who live them, rather than us telling them what they should be saving. We had the opportunity to actually go to the part of the border on the American side where the ocean is, and Friendship Park is behind 3 now walls. It is not a friendly place. On our side, there were many birds. On the Mexico side, there were many people recreating and celebrating. Children came through and waved their hands at us, and one gentleman came with a guitar and sang us a song. It was amazingly moving. A young teenager stuck his hand through it and flipped us off. I shared his sentiment. I flipped off our government in my heart for putting up the walls to manage fear at a great cost to humanity. And that was Julie Polanco speaking as a human. It was a place of great reflection, the waves and the way that we need to anchor ourselves for these storms. And it reminded me of the importance of history that gives us the courage to do that, to make things better, to stand for everyone, including our earth. It's been a year of change for my family. My father, my friend, mentor, and champion passed away this year. It was a blessing to be able to help him, as he said, land his plane gently. And as we did for our mother at the first Congreso, our family was honored to provide some scholarships to attend this week's events. And we're all very proud to carry on the ethos of their work and that of our ancestors, to hold doors open and to do better every day. Like so many of you, you come from places of great resiliency. And we must hold those doors open. We must set bigger tables. And we must carry the water when our friends and our communities cannot. I read a meme this morning that said, create the things that you wish existed. And I think every one of you is doing that every day. And I couldn't be more proud of you and more proud to be among you. In our work, we also have, all state historic preservation offices have something that's called a statewide plan, where every 5 years, on behalf of the federal government and our states, we create statewide plans. Our office is starting ours next year. We go out to our communities. We meet people in community centers and with other partners in different meetings, and we really make sure that we understand and hear from the first person voices of what they want us to do with their money, what programs are important to them, what things need to be saved, and how we're doing that, and how we're doing. I go myself. I really enjoy these. I think about the communities I'm going to, what clothes I'm wearing. We have cookies. I greet people as they come in, like I did when I was an 8-year-old child. My mother volunteered at our concilio in Northern California, where she would help people read documents, translate them from English to Spanish, leases, and these kinds of things, mail. And our job as kids was to serve and to read books. So hop on pop to people, helping them learn English. Everybody had a role. We didn't get to stay home. I couldn't be more grateful. But the trust and the confidence building and partnership, those lessons that we employ today to make sure that as a public servant, we are really serving our public. We don't really guarantee outcomes in our processes, but we always make sure that they're fair and transparent, whether it's working with federal agencies who have an obligation and state agencies to ask the communities what they want. We ask them, federal agencies, state agencies, what did they say and what did you do? Not just send a letter, but how are you responding and how are you addressing, or why can't you? The things that the public tells us. And so holding that accountability and the frameworks that we can are really important. We remove barriers in the letters that we write every day to make sure that everybody can understand in plain English what we're saying and why we're doing it. So technical documents are attachments now, and people who want to participate and understand how we're managing the cultural heritage in California can understand that, should they choose. In 1988, there was a report from the office called 5 Views. Antonia Castañeda, Jose Piri, and Carlos Cortez were part of that amazing document that looked at American Indians, Chinese, Japanese, African American, and Mexican Americans, and talked about how these communities really needed more information to help to show the contribution to California's history. Progress was slow, but I'm happy to report in 2015, we did a historic context statement in the National Register of Historic Places framework, Latinos in 20th Century California. That report has been updated twice since that time. We've also just completed one for Asian Pacific Islanders in California. Last year, we completed a context statement about the California tribes and the California missions. So what was their experience ancestrally with those missions? And we're just wrapping up an African-American study in California, the 20th century. All of these reports are done with community advisor groups, and they are funded by our office to understand from the first person voice, from the communities, what's important, what should we save, where do you need help, and what can we do to make that happen? It took a little bit of time, but we hit all those 5 views. When you see Antonia, thank her. We did it. We got there from that vision in 1988, and we're really proud of that work to make sure that all the voices of the beautiful mosaic of our history are represented. They also remove financial barriers. If people want to list things on the state and national registers, they're very costly. We've sort of backed ourselves into a professional corner of a very high bar educationally and technically. And so these documents allow for that technical work to have already been written so people can focus on what's important to them, the sites and the stories that they want to tell. And then we help shepherd them through the State Historical Resources Commission. We're building pathways and implementing those things to allow people to tell us what is important to them and how to celebrate and commemorate those things. Yesterday, I was walking in Little Italy to grab some dinner, and I looked up at the sunset sky, and on a beautiful historic building was a sculpture that read, "Rising tides lift all boats." And I think that that's exactly what LHC is doing. You're grounding your communities and each other with thought and inspiration to anchor yourselves and all of us from those waves. History gives us empathy and binds us, and it gives us hope. And I think we are that rising tide. Let's lift all boats further, faster, together. Thank you.